Hello and welcome to Pushing Cardboard. Today we're doing an unboxing of Heroes of the Bitter Harvest from the Lock and Load Tactical System. This is a well-loved system that's been around for a while, but this is my first foray into it, so I can't wait to see what's in the box here. It's a big box, yet another one of these big heavy boxes filled with stuff. The lead design on this is Devin Heinley, and it's rated 6 for complexity and a full 10 out of 10 for solitaire. Says players is 1 to 2, so there must be some sort of a solitaire system involved in this game as well. Let's get right into it and open the game. My shrink is coming a little off. My box got dinged a bit in the corner in shipping, and that's I don't fault Lock and Load for that. That's just one of the perils of such a heavy box sometimes when you're shipping things. No doubt about that. This is a very, very heavy box. So yeah, I just have a little bit of a ding there. Oh, look at this. Now, this is fantastic. I wish more producers would do this. What I mean is a coil bound book. This is called Companion Book 1.0, and so I'm guessing there's going to be, we got charts and tables in here. We have solo setups, we have scenarios. But I mean, it's so nice to be able to lay the book out like that. That is just fantastic. Kudos to these guys for sure. Let's see what else. There's an introduction, there's some national characteristics, there's something about a role-playing campaign if you want to do that. And it looks like a lot of stuff about how to do solitaire and whatnot here. Yeah, a bunch of things on, looks like some maybe scenarios, hard to say. We'll have to see once we get into it. But it's a really good looking book as well. Here's something called the point cost tables, and you can see that the quality of the printing is fantastic. That looks man, they're off to a great start with me with that one. All right, here's Lock and Load Tactical Core Rules Handbook Edition, version 5.1. Now, of course, again, I'm totally happy to see that it's coil bound and make this sit really nicely on the table. Hopefully there's not a 5.2 that I feel like I need to print out or something. But because wow, look at this rule book. This is how rule books should look for sure. This coil bound business is. Well, it's much better than when they're square bound or when you have just too thick of a regular bound rule book. No, this is nice to be able to just lay it flat like this. I love it. And this is a good looking rule book. Really decently large typeface. Kind of looks like a bit of a mixture between case style rules and prose rules, but doesn't look too bad at all. This is a good looking rule book. Oh, nice, very good to see. Looks like a very detailed index as well. So the 5.1 rule book looks like a winner. All right. Well, that's interesting. Instead of I'm sure this is an overlay for certain scenarios, and instead of it's 3D. The hills are glued onto the hills here, so you get a bit of 3D terrain here. That's interesting. Some dice. We have some cards. We'll look at them in a bit. These look to be. Oh, now this is interesting. So they're only single-sided, not double-sided, but these maps are quite small, but I imagine they work geomorphically in, if not all cases, many cases. Yeah, like This makes sense. You have these. Or like that, yeah. Okay, so how many maps do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm sure that's part of a. I mean, these are like 79, 81. So you can tell how many maps have already came in this system. That looks fantastic. We'll get to the cards later. Let's see what else is here first. We have turn record and sequence of play track. So that's single-sided because I'm guessing you'll be using that beside the board all the time. Terrain effects chart, again single-sided. Skill reference card. You have assaulters, cleaners, blitzers, deadeye, and deadly. Oh, and some more. Decisive, erratic, leader hero, inspirational, fanatic, and diehard. Wow, looks like players can come up with some personalities here. There's more skills here. Another terrain chart, but a different type. We got a lot of things here. We have combat tables. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Weapons and targets, 1 and 2. Melee tables, offboard artillery tables, reference tables, 1 and 2. German point costs and Soviet point costs. Outline of play, so that's basically a sequence of play, I guess. Oh, here we go. Solo assistance. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 solo assistants for playing solo. So these are basically flowcharts, but a lot of them. So there we go. And now we get to some counters. These are a couple of different sizes. I'm not sure. It's actually 3 sizes here. This is interesting. Oops. One dropped out on my knee. I'll have to make sure I pick that one up later. These are pre-cut, pre-rounded. So, yeah, there's another one. Another couple fell out. But it looks like these look a little bigger than ½ inch to me. But there's that size. Then there's like, this looks a little bigger than 5/8, and this looks a little bigger than an inch. But maybe that's what they are. Maybe they're ½ inch, 5/8, and an inch. But three different sizes of counters. Let's see how well we can see if that comes into focus. There we go. Yeah, those look pretty good. I mean, actually, they look very good. Charts on the back of the back on the AFVs. It looks like. So that's. I'm gonna have to be careful with these. I'm losing counters left and right here. More falling out here, but here's some German counters and some of the German AFVs. And we have some personalities up here as well. Panzer IVs. A couple of Panzer IIIs. Really good looking counters here. I'm not a big fan of painted guys on the counters, but it seems like the information is easy enough to read, so the artwork isn't distracting from the counters here as far as I can tell. here we have what appears to be more markers. Fired, foxholes, wrecks, acquired counters. And one more page of markers. Really nice, very, very nice looking counters. Oh, and here we're near the end of the box, and we have some larger maps. So it looks like maps for this game come in a couple sizes. Now that's interesting. I'm going to just... This is interesting. Because the hexes on the smaller maps, the hexes are also smaller. So we might have the same amount of hexes here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, these are actually the same. They represent the same size. So I'm not sure what the logic behind that is, but I'm sure I'll find out soon enough. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these. 7 of these bigger maps. Let me see if I can give you a bit of a closer look at some of this. How's that? Really nice looking maps. Whoever's doing the art is on top of things here for sure. Okay, the last thing we have is these card decks, and we have 2 different sizes. There's regular sort of poker size cards, and then there's these longer cards. See there? I see. So the longer cards look to be the solo assistant deck. Let's just open one of these, and I'm guessing it's some sort of a randomization system to go with those solo charts. But who knows? We'll find out when we play the game, right? Threat and battlefield situation. So it looks like there's, depending on where you're at in those flow charts, you're going to go in one section or another on these, I guess. But I'm not going to open all 3 decks of those because I think they're going to be fairly similar. But these, the smaller cards, are called data cards. So I imagine these are going to be the info on the FEs and whatnot. It might even be info on. It might even hold info on squads for all I know. Wow, some aircraft. Oh yeah, so here's some leader cards even. So there is definitely, yeah, and here's squad types. Let's open another one of these. These look quite interesting. So it's not just the FEs. We also have infantry crew, German line infantry, pioneers, motorcycles. They have got a lot of stuff in here. Wow. All right. Well, that's so that's it. That's 3 decks of the small cards, 3 decks of the big cards, a ton of small maps and large maps, and then those. Let's not forget before we close up here those beautiful spiral-bound rule books and companion books. These just make me want to give this 2 thumbs up right away. This is just the way I want to see rule books presented. So there you have it. This is the latest from the Lock and Load tactical system, Heroes of the Bitter Harvest, and I thank you for joining me for this unboxing, having a look, and can't wait till we all get to play it. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.